Hello everybody, and how are you, and welcome to my channel from wherever it is you're watching from. Let me adjust this. I thank you very much from wherever you're watching from. I welcome you to my channel. Those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Josephine. I live in Kenya. I'm Kenyan and I live in Kenya. I am a mother, a grandmother, a sister, an auntie, a cousin, and I live in a small place called Ruai. It's on the outskirts of Nairobi. Nairobi is the capital of Kenya. Kenya is in East Africa, and East Africa is on the eastern part of Africa, the great continent. So I welcome you today. This week I've done several videos, but this particular one is part of my vlogmas, and I think I haven't had a talk in a very long time. I tried doing what is it called live vlogging, but either I wasn't experienced with it, I hadn't notified people, and I think I did it for 20 minutes or less, but nobody appeared because I was just trying to do it. But I think I'm going to make a practice for one day in a week to do a live vlog and live stream, and to invite you, my subscribers, and also my viewers to come in and ask me questions and have a chat about with each other. Just communicate and dialogue, and get your views and opinions and corrections about my channel. Today I want to talk about content creation, and in particular about YouTube content creators. And as usual, of course, I'm going to use the one example that I utilize a lot of times, and that is the YouTubers of Nyabohanse village in Migori of Kenya. That is on the southwestern part of Kenya. Now, one thing that has come to my attention, first of all, is that I have been following, they're called reactors. Reactors are a group of people who take it upon themselves to pick on, I don't know whether it's usually just one channel or several channels, and of content creators, and then do critique on their videos and their lifestyles, and they just run and earn on that. And they do a very good job, because a lot of times there's a lot of correcting about what we content creators are doing wrong. Of course, the people that they critique are people with 500,000 subscribers, thereabouts. And one particular family that has garnered some interest among reactors, a few reactors. I've not seen a lot of reactors about other channels, so I just know these ones, which are the first. I've seen several, and they all work very much in unison. And their critique is mainly upon the family of Ayamara. Ayamara is the lead content creator of Nyabohanse village. He's the brains behind setting up youth. I can call them youth because almost all the ones I've seen are youth, with the exception, of course, of his mother and father now. And what Marwa did is that he has traveled extensively. Marwa is also very well read. He's a statistician. I can say he is it? Well, he's educated. His mother is a retired teacher. Their family have had a good education. Him and his sister. I think the brother at one point tried to drop out of school. People are different, but there's a lot of positive critique, mostly positive critiquing of the channels of this Ayamara, his mother, his younger sister, his youngest brother. And what I want to bring to light is not even about the reactors, the critiquing of their channels, but it is about what I see as the reaction or lack of reaction of Kenyans towards this village, towards the efforts made by this Ayamara. Ayamara is in his early 30s. And I've been watching from a distance. I started watching him a few months ago. And I've been in the private sector for almost all my working life. And so I know how the private sector operates. And it has come to me as a very big shock that the private sector is in no way, this is a person with over I think he already has 500,000 subscribers. Majority, of course, he's much more popular, I think, in the United States and in Jamaica and in probably European countries. He's also very well traveled. But this is our own son of the soil. And I'm seeing the excitement with which private sector participants, players, embrace our celebrities who are in the music industry, who are in the other entertainment industry. They are actors, they are musicians. The way they embrace them, I am very, very, very surprised and disappointed that they have not bothered to embrace content creators, YouTubers, who are from very ordinary backgrounds, trying to do something for the community. What I'm seeing the young people doing in Bohanse village, constructing, yeah, of course, when you watch the reactors, there's a lot of negative commentary about the fact that donors are doing so much to assist these people, but your money, your prerogative. I mean, I think I would like to imagine that a lot of these donors are looking at these children who are in their early 20s, who are coming to their 30s, and whose lifestyles are a struggle each day. They have no running water, they have no electricity, they have no roads, but they do their best at creating content every day. And what they have to showcase is just they are visiting one another, they are pulling resources and efforts and manpower when one of them is constructing or when one of them has a function. Or I mean, of course, there are problems they encounter, there are challenges. Sometimes they goof up, but it's allowed for their age. It's allowed for their age. But for me, the person that I would laud the most, who has made a lot of effort and who comes under the harshest criticism whatsoever, is Ayamara. I'm also one of his critics, as I've said before. So I do it positively. And but it has come to a point where I'm almost pitying him. And I'm calling upon people in the private sector. I know you have your corporate social benefits that you give to people. Why don't you look into helping out Mara? Those of you who are into vet medicine could help him with the horses that he's imported. I know he has a partner, but guidance is all he needs about managing his home, about the roads, the infrastructure in Nyabahonse is such a... I know it's the same story happening in so many villages across Kenya, but you see, it's coming into the limelight so much. And I guess there are leaders in Kisii area or around Migori. I would have expected by now that they'd have stepped up. You don't need to make perfect roads. You don't have to do anything perfect, but you could have poured some maram on some of this road or assisted them or just made it public, just say something in the public in one of the barazas and ask part of the local government to see what they can do to help this village. It's a crying shame how amenities are so difficult there. One other thing I've seen that some of the regions are having problem with is water. Not all the place, of course, it's water. And I'd expect, again, people in the private sector who drill water, these kids have money. They have money from YouTube, and what they need is services. Electricity seems to also be a very big problem. Why can't Kenya Power look, even the public-private sector? I'd expect you to have initiatives where you have people on the ground looking and saying, here, we've seen a potential group of people in this village who might have enough money. And if we come and educate them and talk to them in a wholesome way and tell them, you see, if you're 10 of you in this direction, you can buy poles, and those of you who can afford it will now make it possible for the other families who might not be so able to connect and have electricity, but you need to do this much, pull resources together and just put so many poles, and then we can have a transformer in one place and supply. It's just a failure on us as Kenyans not to support our own. I do not feel that I'm seeing enough support locally, and it doesn't just have to be from Migori. towards the effort that this village is making as YouTube content creators to showcase Kenya so well, being villagers, to showcase this country so well. And on the same lines, I'm thinking, really, what are our leaders up to? I'm just a small YouTuber who's a community worker, social worker here in Ruai, and I'm already thinking, how can I enable, even if it is 5 other people within my area, to set up YouTube channels of their own? But I'm imagining the resources that we have at local government level. I'd be expecting that some of these MPs are calling a few people and they're saying, from me every word, why don't you get me 4 people? And we can sponsor them with very basic necessities to set up YouTube channels to showcase what we are doing in our region. I mean, look at me, for example. I'm a YouTuber in Ruai, but I have very little to talk about the goodness of what is happening, what is being done by our local government here. Because the elected representation here are, well, if they're working, I'm not seeing a lot of that. Because the cries of the people are so many, but the needs that are being met, even when the needs are being met, there's levels of corruption that are just disappointing. But something like this that could be so beautiful. I mean, you could just have points where you have free Wi-Fi, and then those content creators can come in to do uploading at those points, at those centers, once every week or whenever they're ready. And YouTube would help very much to help youth, especially to be able to earn an income. I'm imagining what kind of beautiful videos we can be seeing coming in from Miale, coming in from Lodwa, coming in from Kadonzweni, coming in from Taveta, coming in from where else? Kitengela, coming in from Wajir, Garissa, from Homa Bay. You people that are in leadership, and it does not just have to be the people in government. Again, I'm calling upon private sector. What are you doing? You have so many connections with local organizations, especially CBOs and NGOs. Utilize your CBOs. And one of the upcoming ways of supporting youth is to enable to them to do content creation. To utilize, because that is one endeavor that requires little to none social ability. It just needs filming. And so you could go a step further and teach them basics of editing, call upon existing YouTubers and pay them money, or just get people who are good at editing, call them and tell them and explain to them what you need to do for the community, and set up ventures like this. I mean, I'm finding it so sad because right now, Kenyans, the economy is so poor. We have another lot of graduates that has just been released onto the mass, onto parents, onto society, onto communities that are going to be jobless for another 5 years. And we have a backlog of this going back how many years, who have been released every year from colleges, from universities, who have graduated and they don't have jobs. Not also counting those who have left school, Form 4 leavers. With the rates going as they are for colleges and universities, how many are going to stay out of school because of lack of opportunity, financial ability? I call upon private sector players to step up a notch and try and do what you can to assist people go into content creation and take it positively, because we Kenyans, we have a sort of a bias about shooting in public. But the more people are doing it, and if they are guided the right way about how to have permissions and how to positively portray your nation, your community, your family, I think it would help very much. Well, this is just my opinion. And like I said, I've worked in the private sector for so many years, and I know what kind of funds they have for community-based service, for giving back to the society in terms of what is it called? CSS, corporate. Well, that one I've forgotten. Yeah. So I urge you, please, please, please look into this. Look into not just Nyabohanse, but look at villages that are around your workplaces, establish around your establishments. Look at the small wards and regions and communities that are around you. Pick out. There are always some of these outstanding kids, some of these outstanding youth who are so full of energy, who can create such magic if they were given the opportunity. Try and give them this opportunity. In fact, some of them might end up doing the PR for you because of what you've enabled them to do. And they can be your brand ambassadors. They can be different kind of brand ambassadors. So as I close this, I'd like to say again a very big thank you to the people of Nyabohanse. They've become an inspiration and an encouragement to so many people, and I like the unity that they have. It's okay, you have all these reactors commenting to you, take their reactions and their sentiments keenly. Look at what you can correct and correct it. What you feel might not be, you don't need to react to, or you don't like the way it was said, just ignore it, because everybody's at work here. Everybody's looking for the pennies and the shillings. But at the same time, keep on doing what you're doing. And I hope that I'm going to see more villages coming up to do this kind of thing. I personally have tried to encourage as many people around me as possible, especially women, not just youth, but even older women. Those who can and those who will hear and those who will take it up, I'm encouraging them. Come out and showcase something around your life. It's not all about telling your secrets and everything. There's so much you can give to the world. Why don't we share with others? And content creation expands to very different forums. And so YouTube is just one of them. There are people who cannot do YouTube but will do TikTok. So go ye forth and do what you can. And I'm wishing you all the best, and I'm wishing that it will work well or succeed. If it is not you, maybe it's your child, maybe it's your sibling, maybe it's your neighbor. Encourage them in as much as possible. Like their content, subscribe to their content, share their content, comment on their content. That's all the support that is needed. And that's why I keep on saying that I've consciously made myself to increase the percentage of my viewership to be local content creation. Vis-a-vis, always looking at content created elsewhere abroad. That way, I'm supporting my local content creators, because watch hours count towards monetization. Likes count towards monetization. Comments might not, but they add the value of the channel. And then also subscription goes a very, very long way. It's the biggest contributor to monetization. And monetization, is once monetization is acquired, that is a monthly income. So why don't we support your own from wherever it is you're watching in Kenya? If you're Kenyan or if you're resident in Kenya, let us support our own. Let us grow them in numbers, not just these children, but if you have YouTube content creators around you. And of course, as I say this, I'm also supporting myself, and I'm also calling upon those who are near me and those who are around me. There's no other way you're going to support me in this venture. I have other ventures in my life, that are income earning, but this is one of the main ones now going forward. The only way you can do is by your interaction with the channel. Like what is posted, comment on what is posted, subscribe to the channel, and likewise do the same for other people that are near you or that you know of. Don't just sit back and do nothing. It costs nothing to subscribe. It costs nothing to like. And my call is especially for the youth. If you know a youthful person, whenever you meet youth, ask them, do you have a channel? Are you on TikTok? Are you on Instagram? Are you on Facebook? Wherever they are, show them some love and show them some support. And I think coming to elections, because much about elections, into 2026 is going to be very, very charged year, because we're going to see the start of the campaigns. And social media is going to be one of the biggest forums for people to communicate, as it has been, of course, for a very long time. It's going to be even bigger. If we want to keep it out of violence, out of negative, negative vibes, what we need is at this point to educate the youth this early that going into content creation, keep it peaceful, keep it friendly, keep it encouraging, keep it uplifting, so that as we get nearer to volatile times, which is starting mid next year and on to coming to the end of the year, there's some level of control because of habit, out of habit. And I'm hoping that this is going to happen. This was just a minute with me. I wanted to just say it because I'm watching a lot of content, and I'm seeing a lot of children that need support, very little support, and they are not asking for money. They just want their numbers to grow in content creation so that they can do their own, their next thing. And not just in Nyabohanse, across the country. YouTube content creators, they're looking so much for support. They want so much to be supported. They need so much to be supported. It is so important for them to be supported, especially our youth. If it is your child who's involved, please tell your friends. If it is your relative's child who's involved, pass the word round. The same thing we do, like when we have nominations for musical contests or for drama contests or for any other kind of contests, and people have been nominated. This time the nomination is on the table. It's right in front of you in your TV, on your phone, on your tablet, on your laptop, and it's calling for you. It is calling for you in the name of Kenyan content creators. Go support them. And I'm hoping this is going to happen. And I'm hoping we're going to see a big rise in appreciation of our own. And this is going to give encouragement to those who are creating to do better and to grow better and to use it more and more to create unity and peace and and understanding among us citizens and residents of Kenya. So have a good evening wherever you are, or have a good night, or I'm wishing you a good morning, or may you have a good day. Thank you for staying with me. Please remember to like and to subscribe. I appreciate your viewing, and if you're a subscriber, thank you from the bottom of my heart. This was a short minute with me, and I appreciate that you've come to listen to my opinion, which is based on my different kind of ordinary life. Thank you, and bye-bye. Asante.